What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. I'm here today with two builds for DaBuster's DaBlacklist. We've got our Lamborghini Urus set up for S-Class racing, and then we've got our Buick Regal GNX set up for drifty boys. So that way you can race fast and score your points and get it going this week. For those of you guys that don't know what DaBlacklist is, it is a weekly series that my buddy DaBuster puts on his YouTube channel. I will link that at the end of this video and down below. Go check it out. We run a race and a drift car each week, and then you get your best time and score on both, and then he puts us all on a list and ranks us. It's a great way to plug in and compete in Need for Speed Unbound and hang out and be a part of the community. It's just a win-win all around. So if you are brand new or you're a veteran, jump in, come hang out, see where you stack up, and let's get it going. I definitely have the two best builds in the game for those classes. As always, we've got the builds here on the channel. Fun fact, last week DaBuster actually changed up his builds and used both of mine. He told me that and said that he got his PBs with these, so you guys know what's up. Alright, let's dig into it. We've got the Lamborghini Urus in front of us, and this build has not changed from what I had on the channel previously, so if you guys are new to the channel, check it out. I've got a lot of Need for Speed Unbound builds, the best builds in the game. And if you're not new and you're a veteran, you might already have this in your garage. Alright, for the performance, the engine that we're using in this one is the second one over. It is the Silver Pro 707 brake horsepower 6.2 liter V8. And we take it up a bit from there. For the parts, you're doing Super Gold induction, and then you're going to do Elite Platinum ECU, Elite Platinum fuel system, Elite Platinum exhaust, and then you're going to pair all that with the Elite Platinum screw supercharger, getting all the torque out of it. We are going to run Bronze Sport Nitro, Elite Platinum road suspension, stock brakes as they come, and then you're going to pair that up with the Elite Platinum grip tires. Grip it and rip it, boys. And then it does come with a Super Gold clutch, so that's pretty nice. And you are going to go down and you're going to grab the Pro Silver 6-speed transmission. That allows us to keep it in the class. Anything other than that takes it well out of it. I always run an Elite Platinum differential. For this build, you guys, you can do at least Sport Bronze. So if you're balling on a budget, grab that Sport Bronze diff. You need at least that to get 100% full gripium. And then auxiliaries, as we always do for max speed, we run Nitro Drift and Grip. That's going to allow you to get those micro drifts going and maximize on your boost. For the handling, slide that slider full Beyonce to the left, to the left. We are 100% grip on this one this week. Steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. That is personal preference. And then downforce, you can run it anywhere to the right that you want as long as you're 1 click to the right of center. So if you're there, go 1 click to the right. That is S329. You can go higher, but not lower. So anywhere in that section is going to give you that downforce. So you might change it based on your preference. But I wanted to run as little as I could to still keep it in the class, because on rails this week is a fast track. You want to have that top speed, so that's where I've got it set up. Traction control is off, and then my drift entry is always brake tap. That is the Lamborghini Urus 198 top speed. It'll do about 202 with some redline tech. 1149 on the horsepower and 1015 on the torque. Let me show you guys the Buick Regal GNX. Buick Regal GNX right in front of us. For this one, drifting torque is the name of the game, so you're going to want to pack as much torque into it as possible. And for that build, we are using the 3.8 liter V6. It is the third engine over. Pro Silver 304 brake horsepower when we start. There are other engines you can use, but this one's got by far and away the most torque. Ours has 876. You'll see that the other engines are towing around in the 400 or 500s, maybe 600 if you get that one. But none of them come close to that 3.8 liter V6, so that's why we are using it for the drift. It allows us to kick it out sideways and get the most out of it. Now, for the parts, you are running Elite Platinum induction, Super Gold ECU, Silver Pro fuel system, and Silver Pro exhaust. Made it up to an Elite Platinum screw supercharger, so that way you get all that torque on instant response to get that car sideways. We are running Sport Bronze nitrous. And this week, like we're doing with the drift builds, to get as much power as possible in the A+ class, we are running Elite Platinum off-road suspension. Don't be deterred by that. I ran that exact setup last week in my Miata, and I got second place and DaBuster got first place for his drift setup. So, and we both use the same drift setup. So even though it's got off-road, it's definitely the way to go. That way you can get that extra horsepower to get it sideways. We are running Sport Bronze brakes because we have a free point with this one. It costs you nothing to throw them on there, so if you want to throw some extra brakes on there, go for it. It doesn't really matter either way, but when I can get a free set of parts on there, I do that for sure. And this week we are running Sport Bronze drift tires. When drifting for points, you want the car to kick out sideways, but we don't need to spend the extra points. We really want to pack those into the horsepower category. We are running Sport Bronze clutch, which is stock, and then you are going to mate that all up to the Bronze Sport 4-speed transmission. There is no room for any other training in there, so we've got that one. 4-speed should be fine. You're probably going to be drifting most of this week in second and third gear. Thankfully, this week's drift challenge is the first race of the playlist, and so it'll do you right, and you get a lot of opportunities on that. And we are running the Elite Platinum differential, as I always do. You're going to want to run the Elite Platinum diff this week for sure. That way you get the most out of that handling slider. You want to have 100% drift as an option. Not everybody prefers that, but at least if you've got that differential, you can adjust where that handling slider is based on personal preference. And then nitrous drift is a must for your aux, and then the other one is whatever you want. I've got near miss on there, but honestly, that second auxiliary when you're drifting for points doesn't really matter too much. For the handling, you're going to slide that slider 100% drift to start with. That's where I like it. Steering sensitivity, I'm going to run 2 clicks high, as I always do. And then downforce all the way high. You can back off the downforce a few clicks. A269 is where we're at. So basically anywhere from there all the way to full downforce is open for interpretation. Or you can back off your drift and go from 85% all the way to 100. So you've got a little bit of swing here based on personal preference. So if you like it all the way drifty and you want to back off the downforce, go for it. Or if you like it a little less drifty and you want to keep the downforce where it's at, you can do that. So play with those two sliders based on your preference. I'm probably going to be running something that looks like that this week. I'm going to have 100% drift with a couple clicks to the left on the downforce. I think that's going to be a happy spot for me, but I do tweak that based on preference, and I want you guys to do the same. A little bit of experimentation will probably treat you right. Traction control off, and drift entry is brake tap. Alright, that is both setups. We got the Lamborghini Urus and the Buick Regal GNX set up for this week's DaBlacklist. Guys, click the link down below in the video description, and I should also put it as a pinned comment for you guys. Go over, check out the information for DaBlacklist, get registered, or actually just get into DaBuster's Discord and then send your screenshot. That's it. You don't have to register for anything. It's really easy. Anybody can do it. Take a picture with your phone, you guys. It doesn't really matter how you get that screenshot. Just make sure that you send it so that way we can get you entered. It's a lot of fun, and the more the merrier, so I hope you guys take part in this. Alright, that is me. I'm Alex Cornnut, your wheelman. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on track, and we'll see where you stack up in DaBlacklist.